Hey, what is up YouTubers? It is Cody Carpenter here from the YouTube channel Cody Knows, and in this video I'm going to be covering what are broad match modifiers, when to use them, and how they work. And if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to stay up to date with all my future videos. And now let's get into what are broad match modifiers. So here's an explanation. If your broad match keywords are bringing in a bunch of random search terms that are not relevant to your campaign, you can use broad match modifiers, or BMMs, to fine-tune or restrict how the broad match is being applied. So how do you use these BMMs? Let's say your campaign is vegan diet meal plans, and your broad match keyword in one of your ad groups is vegan diet plan. This broad match keyword could show your ad in front of search terms like paleo diet plan, how to lose weight eating meat, like a bunch of search terms like these, and obviously these aren't relevant to your campaign because you want keywords that have vegan in it. So a solution would be add a plus or a broad match modifier sign in front of the keyword that must be in the query in order for your ads to be shown. So in this case, the new keyword would be plus vegan diet plan. Now, what would show for this broad match modifier? So as you can see, if someone typed in paleo diet plan, your ad would show if you had vegan diet plan on broad match, but if you added that broad match modifier, the plus vegan diet plan, your ad would not show because the word vegan or a very close variant of that word must be in the search term for your ad to be shown. So next, lose weight eating meat, obviously not a good keyword. So if you had vegan diet plan on broad match, it would show. Broad match modifier, it would not. Now for vegan weight loss, it would show on broad, and it would also show for the broad match modifier because the word vegan is in there. And then I'll skip down to the last one, vegans fast weight loss plan, that would show for the broad match modifier. So you guys are starting to get the point, and there's three important things that you need to remember when you're using broad match modifiers. The first is by using plus, you tell Google Ads or Microsoft Ads that the keyword or one of its very close variants must be in the query for your ad to show. I already covered that a little bit. And then number two, don't leave space between the plus sign prefix and the word you're modifying. So the right way would be plus vegan diet plan right next to the vegan, and the wrong way would be to have plus space vegan diet plan. And then lastly, do not mix BMMs with other match types in a single keyword. So for example, if you wanted to do plus vegan for the broad match modifier, and in that same keyword you wanted to have diet plan in phrase match, that is not right. That is the wrong way to go about that. So now that we got these three covered, I want to go over some examples straight from Microsoft and Bing. So I'll hop into that right now. Alrighty, here we are. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. These are examples from Microsoft. So in this Microsoft example, they kind of talk about what broad match modifiers are. And for their example, they use the keyword used 4x4 truck versus the broad match modified keyword of used 4x4 plus truck. And then let's go over some of these examples. So for a used 4x4 truck, both of them show because the word truck is in here. But used 4x4 SUV, for the broad match, yes, that would show. But for the broad match modifier, no, that would not show because that's SUV, and obviously this is truck. So previously owned truck, it's got that. It would show on both. Previously owned SUV, it would not. Truck used 4x4 previously owned, yes, it would show on both. Truck is in there. Truck is in this next one, both would show. And then SUV used 4x4 previously owned, it would not show. And then this one is important to right here, the used 4x4 pickup. This would show for the broad match modifier keyword and the broad match because pickup is closely related to truck. Alright, so it's not just the truck that has to be in there, it's the truck or some very close variants. So I'm going to go over some examples of variants that Microsoft provided on their website. So all these things right here are included for the variants, like what are going to be able to trigger your broad match modified keywords. So these are going to be plurals, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So plurals, the keyword luxury plus resorts will match for the query luxury resort. So resorta or resortza, that makes sense. I'm going to go over the more important ones. So misspellings, Hawaii plus vacation will also match for the query Hawaii vacation, because vacation is spelt wrong here, but it's close enough. And Bing and Google are smart enough to know like when people are mistyping some things and when to show your ads. Abbreviations, word blending and splitting, common spelling variations, community theater, RE versus ER, punctuation. So the dash between real estate wouldn't affect the broad match modifier of real space estate. So accents, the little dash above the E versus the other way of spelling cafe. The stop / function words. So the keyword TV schedule tonight will match TV schedule for tonight. And then synonyms and phrases, the word or the keyword glucose levels normal range will match normal range for blood sugar. And those are some of the biggest ones. So those are all the close variations. And this is from Bing's website. I'm going to have a link to this article that I found in the description below. And then lastly, one last piece of advice from the Google Ads article that I found. So how to add broad match modifier versions of a phrase or exact match keywords. So in this example, Google says that if you're targeting only exact and phrase match keywords and you want to increase your coverage, try creating a separate ad group and adding the corresponding modified broad match keyword for each term in the keyword. So they say that we don't recommend adding a plus on function words like in or to. Those are too small, just the main keywords, or words that aren't directly relevant to what you're advertising. So they're basically saying if you have these keywords right here and you are only running them in your Google Ads campaign on exact and phrase, and maybe you're not getting a lot of clicks, take these and just switch over to the modified broad match equivalent. So you just add a plus inside of all the main keywords inside of that keyword phrase. So then your ad could show if someone typed in where to buy shoes that are blue suede. And that is just an example, because this keyword phrase would not show on if like this was just on exact and phrase match, because phrase, this all has to be in one section and then there has to be parts added to the after or before for it to show. But this, we got one, we got buy, we got blue, then we got suede, and then we got shoes. So because you had this query string plus buy plus blue plus suede plus shoes, your ad will show to more possibilities of search terms that could result in conversions for whatever you're promoting with your pay-per-click campaigns. So that is just the last piece of advice from Google. Once again, I'll have both the articles from Microsoft and Google. I'll have them linked in the description below. And lastly, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, come on, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to stay up to date with all my future videos. And I will see you in the next one.